Good morning. It's Christmas morning. Morning has broken. It's a dismal day, but there's still some sun shining, and I'm able to say that once again, morning has broken, and we have ended Advent for this year. It's time to quit preparing for Advent of 2024 and to begin celebrating Christmas. For years, December 25th was the day of the winter solstice. It was about December 21st or 22nd this year. So December 25th is linked to winter solstice, and so is the celebration of Christmas. All my life I've heard people say, it's a pagan holiday. That's what very conservative people say. But all of the Christian holidays that I know of were first celebrated by the pagans. That doesn't bother me. And I guess I'm part pagan because I'm very much into nature and into my garden. And today, on December 25th, I'm not eating egg omelets somewhere. I'm out in my garden working. I was invited, but I incurred a little injury about a week ago, and I have two black eyes, and I just decided I'd rather stay at home with my two black eyes and work in my garden because I have so much work to do out here. But yesterday, I told you, this is my peace garden, I had that all last year. Just a little over a month ago, that gnarled mess was a gorgeous stand of blue blossoming heavenly blue morning glories. They've done their time. They've served their purpose. It's time to cut these things down, and next spring I'll plant more vines, and they'll jump right on up there again. But I call this my secret garden. I call it my peace garden. It's where the vines seclude me from the rest of the world when I want to be secluded. I don't always want to be secluded, but sometimes I do. And during those times, my garden is my sanctuary, and I think that's good. I'm about to take you into, this is a rose arbor right here, that the one side of a rose arbor along which I'm growing a Peggy Martin rose that will absolutely cover this arbor, and also will cover the arbor that I've prepared beyond that, the little arbor beyond that. And now you're looking at my hope garden, and although I planted Peggy last year in May, and although she has grown prolifically, I'm hoping that she'll just keep on growing and will cover this entire arbor, and I'll have a little covered sitting area that will allow me some shade out here. So, more about my hope garden. I showed you my hope garden yesterday. And I've started now extending the hope garden. I'm bringing another bed up forward, and in front of this I'm going to plant crocuses and spring bulbs that don't get real tall. The irises, I think I'm going to leave them back in the back row because I grow the very tall irises that need a lot of support, and I'm going to extend the support. But after irises have bloomed, they're done. They're like me and my art. After I finish a piece of art, I'm done with it. Do whatever you want to with it. Hopefully I can make a dime on it, but I'm done with it. And that's kind of the irises attitude. Once and done until next year, and then they'll come back. That's what my hope garden is all about the ability to come back. God created the world in what the Bible calls 7 days. We have no idea what the actual length of time was. And God provided us everything, including the seasons. And the seasons are what, in some cases, a plant blooms for a season and then dies forever. That's an annual. In some cases, a plant blooms this year and then it comes back next year. Like this little start of a hardy mum. It's December, it's still as green as it can be, and it's just the start of one. I have them all over my yard. Probably gonna plant it. Well, I may just, it's really kind of right in the path. But today I'm gonna post a link that tells you about my joy garden. My joy garden is my garden for children, and it's all annuals. It's tomatoes and morning glories, and well, there'll be strawberries in front of it, and marigolds, and things that only bloom for one season, but they're bright and they're beautiful and they give me joy. Children give me joy. The happiest time in my life was when I was teaching. I taught art mostly, and it was a very joyful time for me. Children are the hope of the world, and they are the joy of the world. So I just wanted to show you my garden in winter, my winter garden. Today is December 25th, it's Christmas Day, but according to the old liturgical year, it's the first day of Christmas. As I said before, people didn't even start celebrating Christmas until after December 25th. At one point, they didn't celebrate it until January 6th, which is when the world says that the wise men landed. The wise men who had come to find the king, the baby king, found him. They say that happened on January 6th. It's just a supposition, like December 25th is a supposition. But that's the day of Epiphany. The days 25 through January 5th are the 12 days of Christmas. And I'll be working in my garden every day because that's how I love to celebrate Christmas. It's how I love to celebrate the light. Well, every day except the day it's starting to rain right now, and it'll rain more and more. But join me as I enjoy the 12 days of Christmas. I'll be outside almost every day, and when I'm not outside, I'll be planting for my garden inside. I'm going to provide you in a day or two a free garden planter, so you can join me with that too.